This film invented my favorite film trope ever, which is a time traveler doing this.
What day is it? The date!
12 May, Thursday.
What year?
What a good movie. Today, we're going to be talking about the Terminator franchise, all 6 movies. That's right, I said 6 movies. That's because I have a friend who's very connected, and he is going to be bringing me by an actual Blu-ray disc with Terminator Dark Fate on it. I think it's a promo disc or something, doesn't matter. I'm not going to spoil Dark Fate for you, but there will be spoilers for the first 5 films of the Terminator franchise. Said franchise is one of my favorite franchises of all time, and that's because I don't hate it when franchises go on for far too long. One bad sequel can ruin a franchise, but a bunch of bad sequels create something entirely new out of that franchise. Look at Friday the 13th. There wasn't anything overtly supernatural about that franchise until the 6th one. One of the most famous supernatural horror villains wouldn't have been if they didn't take that way too far. Eventually, somebody with no connection to the original film decided that Jason Voorhees has come back from the dead just so many times that he must be a demon zombie. Logically. And something that freaking cool would never happen if sequels were only made by filmmakers with integrity. And I love that. I love watching people with no blessing from the original storyteller go ham wild with something. When it's good, great. When it's bad, awesome. With the up-and-coming Terminator Dark Fate, Jimmy Cameron is back on deck as a producer and kind of, sort of, not really writer. It says he created the story, but he's not actually the writer. So maybe we'll get another good one, but today we're looking more backwards than forward. We'll be examining 3 key aspects of all 6 Terminator films that I find personally fascinating. Number 1, was it a reboot? Number 2, were there any major spoilers in the marketing for this film? And finally, number 3, what does each movie believe about fate? Okay, woo! Well, they can't keep it straight. So here we go! Terminator 1, The Terminator, 1984. The original that started it all.
You know your weapons, buddy. Any one of these is ideal for home defense.
This movie is actually pretty consistent with the tropes of the 80s slasher horror genre. It has a strong, iconic villain who stalks a final girl who's very much a good girl, until she alone is left standing to face him, and she kills him. Is it a reboot? No, it's the first one. Did the marketing spoil anything? Not that I could find. And 3, what is the Terminator's view on fate? 1984's The Terminator doesn't necessarily mean to take a stance on fate, but it does. Its plot expresses that things always had to go in exactly the way they went, i.e. Kyle Reese always had to father John Connor as John knew he would. Kyle Reese also has the photo of Sarah Connor, which at the end of the film, she ends up taking, implying that she always had to take the photo, always had to get with Kyle Reese, etc. So basically, yes, fate. It's a good, cool movie. You can be a good movie too, but only if you hit subscribe, hit like, leave me a comment at the bottom, and share this video with your best friend. And even if you don't want to be a really good movie, it really helps me when you do any of that stuff. So but please do. Number 2, Terminator 2, Judgment Day. This one is not only the best Terminator movie, but one of the greatest sequels of all time. Picture this. 7 years go by since you saw this low-budget, almost indie sci-fi horror movie that starred Arnold Schwarzenegger before he was huge. I mean, he was still huge, but, you know, career-wise. You remember liking that movie. You remember it enough that you think you know what to expect. Arnold is this creepy killer robot, and he needs to kill John Connor's mom. I guess now he's trying to kill John Connor. Okay, that makes sense. Last time a human was sent back to protect Sarah, so... Okay, so this time it's this jabroni. He's dressed as a cop. He's Kyle Reese, skinny looking.
He's a good-looking boy.
Both the future boys are trying to find him. They end up fighting in this mall.
A brawl is surely brewing.
And then it gets to this hallway scene. John's stuck in this long hallway. You remember scenes like this from the first one. You remember how tense this Arnold bot could make you. And you're starting to think that this cop is, maybe a little bit evil too. The evil Arnie bot pulls a shotgun out and aims it right at John's ridiculous haircut.
I will remember. Get down.
This scene is incredible. It's tense as all heck, and most modern viewers don't even realize it was supposed to be a huge reveal. When you watch Terminator 2 the first time around, it's actually set up so that you do not know that the Arnie bot is reprogrammed. And why would you know that? They brought back the Michael Myers of the first film as the good guy. Such a good sequel concept. It's obvious why nowadays nobody would get to be surprised by that reveal. It's the same reason why nobody is surprised by the reveal that Vader is Luke's father in The Empire Strikes Back. It has seeped into the pop cultural consciousness. But what people also don't realize is that audiences in 1991 didn't get to experience this reveal either. That's because the trailer spoiled it.
Once, he was programmed to destroy the future.
The trailer itself spoiled it.
Now his mission is to protect it.
Great movie though! 5 stars out of 5. Is it a reboot? Not in the traditional sense. Next we got a hearty ja on the spoilers. And finally, what does Terminator 2 Judgment Day believe about fate?
Dun 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 dun.
No fate! It believes that we make our own fate. If you like good movies and only good movies, the franchise ends here. James Cameron has said that he never planned a T3. It ended here. That John Connor's father figure robot, his sacrifice to destroy the last chip that could have created Skynet, worked. The characters actually did manage to avoid the dark fate. But then they didn't avoid it. Terminator 3! Rise of the Machine. T3's trailer spoils that they didn't actually manage to destroy Skynet once and for all, but I guess that's not much of a spoiler. This one is my least favorite, even though it does have 1 or 2 cool ideas, specifically at the end. While we were watching the characters try to prevent the government from launching Skynet, the ending reveals that they were only ever supposed to survive it, and that they never would have or could have stopped it. They play on our expectation that they're going to somehow prevent it again, just like in the second one, which works so well because everything else in this movie is trying to just be the second one again. Just watch the second one again. Let's review. Is it a reboot? No. Does the marketing spoil anything? Not really. Other than that John Connor is a little in this one. Apparently he bleaches his hair after the apocalypse. And what does Terminator 3 believe about fate? We're back to yes, fate.
Terminator 4 Salvation.
This movie's fine. I actually think that director McGee did a decent job of showing us what the war with the machines would look like for more than 2 minutes at a time. The world is cool and the movie has a strong start, but the ending is just bonkers and doesn't make sense. At any rate, this is the movie that confirmed that Terminator spoilers in the trailer was a pattern. It's also the first definitive, nobody can argue with me reboot of the franchise. But what did the trailer spoil? Well, in the film we follow convicted convict Marcus Wright as he wakes up in the future.
What day is it? What year?
2018.
During the war with the machines and meets and attempts to protect a young Kyle Reese. Until John Connor himself captures Marcus. And then it is revealed that Marcus, unbeknownst to himself, is a Terminator. This would have been a surprise to you if you had gone to see the film for some reason without having watched the trailer. That's because the actual reveal scene is in the trailer. These movies' trailers don't just leave some dialogue that implies the spoiler. They show the spoiler scene. They have a better excuse this time because the movie's kind of boring without that twist. Gotta put butts in seats, so they put it in the trailer. And they totally claimed that it would be the first film of a new Terminator trilogy. What does Terminator Salvation believe about fate? Not much. It's the only film in the franchise that doesn't deal with time travel, and also the only film in the franchise that doesn't deal with the central theme of the franchise of fate. Let's talk about Terminator Genisys. Hey, there's our boy John Connor. He's the man. I loved it. Wait, what? WTF? He's a robot now? That's what people didn't say while watching this movie. Because not only was it in the trailer, it was on the dang poster. This time, director Alan Taylor publicly and rightfully shamed the entire marketing team. So on spoilers, that's gonna be a checkaroonie for me, dog. Anyway, a lot of people don't like Terminator Genisys because it's so wild with its plot. It's confusing, it's cheesy, and it's overly complicated. It's like if X-Men Days of Future Past had the same recklessness of Jason X. So naturally, I've got a bit of a soft spot for this movie. And also, this movie's balls-out plot implies that this loop of Terminators going back in time and failing to kill the Connors has been going on indefinitely, with possibly infinite loops. This in turn implies that all the plot inconsistencies you may have noticed are just different timelines on the loop. Like, why does John Connor look like a different actor every time we see him? Could be that sometimes Kyle Reese and Sarah Connor are getting it on different nights of the week, making different babies. I could be reading into this, and I could be giving Terminator Genisys way too much credit. Is it a reboot? Yes! And of course, it even announced itself as the first of a trilogy, just like Terminator Salvation did. Terminator Genisys was so sure it was gonna get a sequel, it even had a post-credits cliffhanger at the end. It might be a bad movie, but you have to admire the balls on this bad movie. And what's Terminator Genisys believe about fate? The movie ends with Kyle Reese, Sarah Connor, and Pops the Terminator riding off into the sunset, while Kyle narrates, one thing we know for sure. The future is not set. Guess what, Kyle Reese? The title of the next movie is Dark Fate.
Hey, anybody home?
One second.
Open
I'm
up.
coming. Hold your horses. That's the friend I was telling you about earlier. Hey, it's Haydn Chapman from the channel RAMZCA. How you doing, Haydn?
Daniel Fiala.
Yeah, Haydn, it's me. Did you bring me that special advanced Blu-ray of Dark Fate?
Oh shit!
Wait, Haydn,
Daniel Fiala.
what are you saying? What's that?
Oh shit!
Wait, are you trying to tell me that instead of sending me an advanced copy of Terminator Dark Fate, you just made a video about how much you hate the Terminator sequels and James Cameron?
Oh shit!
Oh, you're also pointing out that since we initially planned to film this part together, and since you were unavailable, I'm forced to do a haphazard one-sided version using only green screen footage of you saying, oh shit.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Hey! Oh shit! We're talking. Action. We're talking Schwarzenegger in his prime. There is no way you could f*** a series up like this unless, I don't know, you decide to run the whole series into the ground by continuously making sequels. Rise of the Machines, more like Rise of the Boring Inks. Terminator Salvation, more like, Terminator Damnation, because I'd be damned if I have to watch that movie again. Genisys, oh wait, that's actually a pretty good band. I actually listened to it from, wait a second. Skynet, you're not gonna fool me with this one. Get Terminator Genisys out of here, you tricky bastard. And yet, I heard they're making yet another one, and they're bringing back all the classic actors and actresses, and I, for one, cannot stand this, but sadly, the only guy I know that can help me stop it is in the cabin in the middle of the woods somewhere arbitrary that, how exactly could we find him? I mean, it's not like I'm on a green screen where I could just... Oh, shit! Hey, anybody home? We need to save the Terminator series. Open up.
It's me, Arnie, the governor of California. I mean the Terminator. What can I help you with?
Arnie, we need to go back in time and stop James Cameron from ruining your legacy. We need to kill James Cameron.
Yes, of course. Get on my back. Climb on now.
On your back?
Come on, do it.
All right, I don't exactly know. Whoa! Woo! No way!
Yes, this is fun. Woo!
Whoa, Arnie, you can fly!
Yeah, Arnie can fly. Now it's time for James Cameron to die.
Yeah, let's go kill that.
Yeah, it's me, James Cameron, and I'm really excited about rapping on Terminator 2. I'm excited.
All right, Arnie, now is the moment. If we take him out now that Terminator 2 is wrapped, we don't have to deal with another Terminator movie ever again.
You're right. Hasta la vista, Cameron. Boom.
No way, I'll never come.
Good job, Arnie. Now let's get to the future to see if we change fate.
Hello. It's been 28 years since James Cameron's untimely passing, but his legacy still lives on. And today, I'm happy to announce Terminator 77, cisgendered.
Me, I forgot. James Cameron has nothing to do with the Terminator franchise anymore.
So we killed him for nothing.
Well, hold on, Arnie. I still think we could consider this a win. We did stop James Cameron from making all those Avatar sequels, so I'm not seeing a downside here.
Now what?
You know what we should do? Let's take a little time off to celebrate. We'll crack some brewskis, talk about California, watch my favorite Schwarzenegger movie, True Lies.
True Lies? What's True Lies?
Oh, God. What have we done?
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. I'm Daniel from the future. You could tell I'm from the future because I've grown more beard. These things take a long time to make. Thank you 1,000 times for watching the video and sticking around till the end. I really hope you click like on the video and subscribe, old friend. Otherwise, you won't be old friend. Also click the bell because my oldest friends get a special compliment at the end of the video. And share it. And many thanks to Haydn Chapman. If this video got you interested, his channel is totally poppin'. There's a link to that in the description and right here, possibly. If you like this video, my video on streaming services is right up your alley. Otherwise, this shorter one is funny too. And if you're subscribed and clicked the bell, as promised, here's that compliment. Whoa, you got a really firm handshake there, old friend.